Hey guys, welcome to day 27 and 28 of this 30-day yoga challenge. Today, I'm in a bit of a predicament because I'm out of town filming this and I forgot my yoga mat. So we're at a conservatory in Houston. It's beautiful, but we didn't have time to grab a mat. So I'm just gonna make do with what I got. I have this, the ground here, which is a hard surface. And so I'm gonna be kind of forming the class a little bit based off of that. But if you have a mat and you wanna do child's pose and all of that, go for it. I'm gonna start out in an easy seat, just because that's easiest here. Today we are going to be working on our obliques. So if you don't know where your obliques are, they are these side muscles here. I want full body engagement throughout class today, but specifically targeting our obliques. Let's get to it. Let's get started today with a seat on our mat. You can come in crisscross applesauce, or you can start in child's pose, whatever you like. And let's take 3 deep breaths. Deep inhale and audible exhale out of your mouth. Do it 2 more times. And let's get started in a cat-cow pose. You can either come to tabletop and do this on tabletop or in an easy seat. Look up to the sky first as you inhale, and exhale, round your belly and look down to your navel. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale, glance up, catch your back. Exhale, round your spine. Let's go into a side stretch now, starting with our left arm. Bring your right hand down to your mat and your left arm up and over. We're starting to stretch out those obliques. Glance up to your left arm if possible. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, stretch the other side. Bring your left arm up and over this time. Inhale here, and exhale, come back to center. Let's transition now into a downward facing dog. Once you get to down dog, you can slowly walk out your dog by bending into one knee and then the other, coming up to your tippy toes, whatever feels good on the backs of your legs here. Inhale, look up to your hands, and exhale, bring your feet to your hands for a forward fold. Melt your upper body over your legs with a deep bend in your knee. Inhale here, and exhale, slowly vertebrae by vertebrae, rise to a stand. Inhale, mountain pose, lift your arms up overhead. And the next pose we're going into is a side stretch. So one more inhale here, and exhale, bring your right palm down to your side and your left arm up and over, just like we did the seated side stretch. We're just getting a little more stretching of the obliques before we get into it. One more inhale here, and exhale, bring your arms down to your side. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky and your left arm down to your thigh. And exhale, melt over into a deep side stretch to your left. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your arms up overhead in mountain pose, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten your back. Exhale, chaturanga. Come down to a plank position. Shift your shoulders over your wrist a couple inches. Bring your elbows to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Flip your toes over. Bring your hips up and back. Inhale, lift your right leg up high to the sky. And exhale, bring your knee to your forehead, and then place your foot between your hands. Inhale, burst open into a warrior 2 pose. We're about to start strengthening our obliques in extended side angle pose. So reach forward a couple inches and then bring your right arm down on the inside edge of your right leg and bring your left arm up and over you. Next, we're going into side angle variation. Bring both of your arms almost as if they're in mountain pose up above you. You'll feel your obliques turn on right now. Take a couple deep inhales and exhales. And then when you're ready, come into a reverse triangle pose. Straighten your right leg fully. Inhale, reach up and over as if you're in a reverse warrior. And then let's go into triangle pose by shifting our hips back as far as you possibly can. And then bring your upper body down slightly, your right hand on the inside edge of your calf, and your left arm up ahead of you as if you are in side angle pose. Inhale here and exhale into plank position. Root down with your right hand as you lift up into side plank. Inhale here and exhale, dip your hips down to the earth, almost touching your mat. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, dip your hips down. We're going to do this 3 times total. Inhale, lift up and dip your hips down. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up high to the sky. And exhale, bring your knee into your chest and then place your foot between your hands. Inhale, lift up into a warrior 2 pose. Remember, we're about to go into our side angle pose. Inhale here and exhale, shift forward into your side angle pose. And then we're going into side angle variation by bringing our arms straight above us as if we're going into mountain pose on our upper body. Inhale here as you start to feel your obliques turn on. And exhale, come into a reverse triangle pose by straightening our left leg and coming up and back with our left arm. Shift forward into a triangle pose, keeping your hips where they are, stacking your shoulders one on top of the other, and bringing your left palm on the inside edge of your left leg. Inhale here, and exhale into a plank position. Root down with your left hand as you inhale up into a side plank, stacking one foot upon the other. Breathe here and then dip your hips down to the earth. Lift up as you inhale and exhale as you dip your hips down. One more. Inhale as you lift up and exhale, dip your hips down. Come back to a plank position. Inhale, shift forward and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Feel free to look to your right and your left to feel those obliques stretch. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's come to a seat on our mat as we strengthen our obliques in one more pose called boat pose, Savasana. You can bring your heels down to the ground and shift your weight slightly back until you start to feel your obliques turn on. We're going to stay here for a couple seconds. So inhale here for 3, 2, and 1. You can come down to a seat. Great job. We're going into another side stretch. So bring your right leg on the inside edge of your left leg by bending your knee like so. Face your upper body fully towards the front. And bring your left palm down to the earth, even your elbow if that feels nice. Inhale here and lift your right arm up and over you. With each inhale, stretch a little bit more. With each exhale, melt a tiny bit closer to your toes. Come back to center and let's go to the other side. Again, remember to face your upper body towards the front. Stacking one shoulder over the other. Lift up with your left arm this time. Up and over. Again, with each inhale, lengthen, and each exhale, melt a little deeper. Come back to the center. We're going on into supine twist, so come to laying down on your back. Remember the different variations I gave you in the different classes. You can try any of those here, or you can bring your right leg into your chest, bring your arms out to a T, and exhale, bring your right knee up and over you as you allow your knee to melt closer down to your mat. You also have the option of deepening the stretch a little bit by bringing your left hand to your right knee, and it will create a gentle stretch. Inhale here, and exhale, come back to center. Place your right leg down onto the mat and bring your left knee up and over. Again, bringing your arms out to a T. You can glance over now to your left shoulder. Inhale here. If you tried that deeper stretch on the other side, you can try it again here. Come back to the center. Bring your knees into your chest and create a small little ball with your body. Bring your forehead to your knees if possible as you inhale here and exhale into Savasana. If you don't have a mat and don't want to lie on your back, then you can always finish off class in an easy seat like I'm doing right now. As we end class today, in whatever position you're in, just thank your body for the hard work that it's done today. We tried new poses today. We've tried new poses this whole month. You've done a new thing, and you should thank yourself for that and be so, so proud of all that you've accomplished. I invite you to end class the same way that we started it, with 3 deep breaths, 1 deep inhale and an audible exhale. When you're ready, you can slowly make your way up to a seat. Thanks so much for joining on the day 27 and 28 of this 30-day yoga challenge. We're almost to the end, and yeah, you've done a great job so far. Just so you know, regardless of if you have a mat or not, you can do yoga really anywhere. There are some poses that feel better on your knees if you have a mat, but aside from that, you can always try a seated version of it or a different variation. So, hope you enjoyed the little switcheroo, and have a great rest of your day.